The Maryville Saints Hockey Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Maryville University Hockey Center here in Chesterfield, Missouri, site of tonight's exciting Division I ACHA matchup between the Midland Warriors and your Maryville Saints. This is the pregame show, and I'm Todd Panula alongside Chuck Kraus. Got the names right, so we're off to a good start.
That's always a good start, Todd.
So these two teams come into tonight going in opposite directions. It's a conference matchup between Midland and Maryville. But unfortunately, Maryville has lost their last three games, including a 6-0 loss last night, yesterday afternoon, I should say, to these very same Midland Warriors. A bit of an odd series here. They're playing three games. Obviously, they had one yesterday afternoon, here this evening, one more tomorrow, late afternoon, early evening, what have you. So a chance here for the Saints to get redemption after what was definitely a disappointing result. But they're just trying to get back on the winning side of things. They come in somewhat highly touted, ranked 10th in the country, but they're on a bit of a slide now.
Yeah, Todd, it's one of those things, you got a team for a weekend, you got them three times. You want to be able to take all three, don't get me wrong. But if you're taking one, if you're taking two, okay. They lost 6-0 yesterday, the Saints did. So they're really going to try to come out tonight, really kind of show Midland that they can play, right, and see where they go. Kind of weird, an afternoon match yesterday. In the middle of the day, it's a hockey game, and then an evening tonight, it's the late game, and then, like you said, what have you tomorrow, early afternoon, late evening. So, Maryville's going to want to take a couple from Midland, especially after going down 6-0.
Yeah, you don't score a goal at all. Obviously, getting on the board early will be paramount for the Saints to try to get a victory here tonight.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. You don't get one in, you want to come out strong. Show them, hey, we can play. That was a fluke. That was whatever you may have it. Even though Maryville, they got some injuries on the roster right now, but they're going to come out strong. And like you said, they got to get on the board early and kind of sustain that throughout the game.
So you talked about the injuries. Obviously, that did come into play yesterday with Sawyer Duncan potentially picking up a lower body injury. Well, it definitely was lower body. Could be serious. Don't know for sure yet, so don't want to really speculate on that too much. But they will be without her services here tonight. The rest of the season's kind of up in the air, so they're going to have to rely heavily on Caitlin Cadrain, with Emily Shaw also kind of dinged up as well.
When you have goaltenders, Ty, you got three goaltenders you go into the season, you're like, we're good. We got three strong gals back there, and then two of them go out. So, Caitlin's really, I'm sure she's real excited to get the reins handed to her, not like she wanted with her two friends going down, but, hey, it's all up to her. Hopefully, knock on wood, nothing bad happens, right? I shouldn't even say that, but hey, good on her. She's going to have the pipes and protect the net for the Maryville Saints.
So we know who's going to be in goal. The question mark is up on the forward side of things. Obviously, Maryville didn't score a goal yesterday, but this is an offensively talented team. They've got 73 goals on the season. They're going up against a Midland Warriors team who is not quite as proficient offensively, but definitely stout defensively, only allowing 26 goals on the season.
Yeah, I mean, sorry to interrupt you, but you got Sydney, was it Poisson? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I always say it wrong. Emma Gerwitz, you got names like that. They can put pucks in the back of the net. Like you just said, their numbers. I mean, it can happen. For them to get shut out 6-0 is almost a rarity for Maryville Saints because they got some gals who can put the puck in the back of the net.
So one of the fans here has a sign posted, "Happy birthday, Sid," so perhaps Ms. Poisson can get a goal for her birthday and get her team off on the right foot. We'll see what has to transpire here for a Maryville victory as they try to come back from a 6-0 loss yesterday afternoon. That'll wrap it up for our pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the puck drop here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. Don't go too far. This is Maryville Saints hockey.
Howie's Stretch Grip Tape is a self-adhering cushiony gauze for better grip at the end of your knob. It's spongy for maximized comfort and cushion on your gloves, and it's soft yet abrasive to ensure the best grip. Howie's Pro Grip Tape is self-adhering with no adhesive to create an all-around grip on your stick knob. It uses a thinner material than our Stretch Grip Tape to create a coarse abrasive tack on your gloves, and it's used around the globe by professionals.
In today's sports world, high-quality video and accurate data are key elements for improving team results, player development, and fan engagement. Pixelot, the world's leading AI-automated sports production company, provides an end-to-end video and data solution for fans, players, and coaches. Pixelot systems are installed around the world and produce thousands of live matches every day with custom graphics, ads, color commentary, and play-by-play. At the end of the game, our AI generates highlight reels 100% automatically. Analysts and the coaching staff get video breakdowns and stats from VidSwap, Pixelot's video analysis platform. Each game captured is automatically broken down by sports professionals on a video editing platform for in-depth analysis. The real-time game breakdowns from live video and official data include shot charts, heat maps, and detailed game, team, and player stats. The platform offers a variety of editing and self-coding tools, so you can easily review plays and coach your team better both during and after the game. This all-in-one, cost-effective solution also allows you to telestrate, tag, and add notes to each move, and watch your upcoming opponent's matches on the Video Exchange platform. Pixelot produces and analyzes thousands of games every single day from over 130 leagues and tournaments around the globe. Join the AI revolution in sports.
College hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. More than just another sweater you pull on. It's about focus, determination, strategy, and poise. It's more than just packed rinks and screaming fans. It's about heart, skill, and passion. In nearly 30 years of the ACHA, we don't just play the game of hockey. We are the game of hockey. Hundreds of elite players and coaches from some of the United States and Canada's most prestigious programs. The American Collegiate Hockey Association. More than just a game.
And welcome back to the Maryville University Hockey Center as we are almost set for puck drop on game number 2 of this trio of games against the Midland Warriors and the Maryville Saints. Todd Panula alongside Chuck Kraus. Let's give you your starters for this evening's contest. For the visitors of Midland wearing their orange jerseys On defense, it'll be Allie Conybear and Tana Christensen. On the forward line, it's Allison Rakowski, Madison Miller, and Kayla Flanagan. In goal, it is Hannah Stone. For the hometown Maryville Saints, wearing their black jerseys. On defense, it's Maggie Brawley and Emma Gerwitz. On the forward side of things, Maddie Johnson will center a line consisting of Sydney Poisson on the left and Sarah Brooks on the right, with Caitlin Cadrain in between the pipes. The Saints come in at 10, 11, and 1, 10, 5, 1, and 1 for the Midland Warriors. As we mentioned in the pregame show, the Saints have lost 3 in a row. 2 close ones to Minot State, 3-1 and 1-0. That was last weekend. And then a tough 6-0 loss yesterday afternoon against Midland. Saints start out in the offensive zone. Brooks fires over towards the left-hand side. Brawley skates up from the point, and then the puck deflects out into the middle of the rink. On the counterattack, skated in by Rakowski. She finds a lane, a stick save made. Rebound collected by the Saints defense. They clear it the length of the ice, and we get an early stoppage with 19:16 left to go.
So early on, one shot on goal wasn't, it's not the best shot on goal, but I think it's easy for Caitlin to, or not easy, but it's important for Caitlin to get her feet under her, make sure she's warmed up. Hey, like we said in the pregame, she's the only goalie right now for Maryville Saints, so they're going to protect her and see what happens.
So Cadrain comes in with decent numbers. 4-5 is her record. 2.47 goals against and a save percentage of .925. Pretty much equal numbers to Sawyer Duncan. Record slightly different. A couple different numbers here and there, but the 2 goaltenders that have split the time for the main part for the Saints have pretty much evened things out. Saints skate up through the neutral zone. Little saucer pass, not cleanly handled by O'Brien. She's able to sweep it into the zone, but not under control. Good forecheck put on here as Toole tried to steal the puck away. Warriors come out with it on the right-hand side. They'll skate over the line, pass to the middle to Marcotte. She takes Gerwitz to the wall. Puck loose along the near side boards. Saints dig it out. Right in the middle of the rink. Toole had her stick held. Gerwitz back in the defensive zone as the Warriors are changing their lines. Gerwitz tosses one off the near side dashers. That goes all the way in on goal, and Stone will cover it up.
So an offensive zone face-off for Maryville, always a good thing. Glad to see some movement. Each team feeling each other out as they, they already played yesterday, Todd, so should be a very minimal feeling out period.
Warriors able to win the draw in their defensive zone. Hitting the brakes along the goal line was Paige Henderson. Comes back over here to the near wing. Warriors able to scrape it off the boards. Toole stepped right in and pinched that off. She'll skate back. She's in a foot race with Maxine Mass. Scrum for it along the end wall. Won by the Warriors as they try a bad angle chance, trying to test Cadrain. Backhander from the high slot, turned away, sticked over into the corner as Cadrain says, "Get that out of my kitchen." From the circle, backhand chance, left hand save. Conybear was denied.
Great save by Cadrain, get that left leg out.
Kept alive along the wall by Crostedier. Bouncer over along the far boards as everything's being kept along the perimeter here in the early going. Drop to the point for Richards. Served up the wall. Now skate to stick, and the shot was stopped. Rakowski with a chance. She gets it back, but lost it. Richards holds his own. Rakowski kind of spun around, lost the puck. Saints will clear. They'll go off on a change. Wholesale change. Rakowski comes in on the left. She'll wrist one towards goal, and it's gloved down.
So some good sustained pressure for the Warriors here early on. They're able to get a few shots. 4-1 right now in the shots in favor of the Warriors, but they're able to get some pressure in their offensive zone, Maryville's defensive zone, and put some pressure on.
Saints able to skate it out. Poisson Shoulder to the wall. Shearer able to step in and take out the leading scorer for Maryville. Poisson having to tag up. Johnson comes right back in rather quickly. Passed around Brooks. Stolen by Gerwitz. She'll dump it in. Saints come in on the forecheck. Brooks puts a stick in there. Poisson kicks it on the near boards. In the corner, picked up by Grothman. Poisson was spun around. Stick caught in the skates, but no call coming. Gerwitz steps up, but comes up empty. Puck goes the length of the ice, and we get an icing call, this time against Midland.
A little bit of physical play down in the corner left of Warriors goaltender, and Stone. Wonder if if some sort of rivalry has been formed with these two teams as much as they're playing one another.
That's definitely a conference matchup, and you get that feeling. Good to see that the officials letting them play so far. Sometimes, by the letter of the law, there isn't body checking allowed, but it's still a contact sport, so you like to see a little bit of bumping going on. Wasserman stepped up from the blue line, but couldn't hold it in. Martin tosses one towards goal. That one turned down. And then Martin takes a spill. She did a flyby.
Maryville protecting their goalie early, as they should. As we said, they're only one that they've got right now due to some unfortunate injuries. So watch out for Maryville to absolutely be protecting their netminder.
So the shots heavily in favor of the Warriors, 5-1 here in the early going. But to Maryville's credit, everything has basically come from the outside and from distance. Wasserman tossed it off the far side. Saints will dump it in. Only one player going off on a change, so interesting to see that they gave up possession so quickly. Coming back the other way is Mass. She puts one towards goal. Stick saved by Cadrain. Loose puck along the near side. Thompson tried to send it towards goal. That was denied. Regained. Sends it along the end wall. The captain, Hayhurst, was spun around as sticks come in. Hayhurst with a shot and a block made. Gerwitz got to stick to it. Kept alive. Down low now for Thompson. Had her pocket picked. Saints send it up the far wall. Puck rolling. Jabbed out to center. Couldn't be controlled by Greenfield. She peels over here to the near side. A little bit of slash there along Richards. Gerwitz came up with the puck, tries to lift Richards' stick as they're in a jousting battle. Hayhurst tossed it over to the far side. Henderson has to peel away. Saints might have come up with a steal there if their forward had not fallen to the ice. Drop to the red line. Saints in control. Gerwitz sees the pressure coming. Looked up for Greenfield. Intercepted on the way through by Rakowski. She comes in on the counterattack. She's got a shooting lane. Went upper 90. Didn't miss by much, but she got nothing but the end glass. Brawley in control. Sends it up the gut. That's intercepted. Brought the other way by Miller. And then she lost control. A good defensive stick by Gerwitz. To the point. Shot in. That whistled wide by Conybear. Filtered down low. Now Gerwitz just tossed her stick aside. Apparently must have been broken.
Yeah.
Now Martin blows a tire. That allows Stelzer to go in. She wanted to drop it for Nab. Lost it along the boards. Regained. Jabbed away. Everybody just kind of falling all over right now. Ice is slippery. Christensen flings one over here to the near side. Good step up from Morand. Aaron trying to get it to Stelzer. She slides it through the top of the crease, but harmlessly wide in the end. Jabbed up towards the blue line. Lost in some skates. More bodies fall down. Toole with a backhander. Aaron filters one here to O'Leary, but it was fluttering up in the air and she couldn't get it back under control. Toole skates down with pressure coming. A little bit of a bump from behind by Grostadier. Toole picks up the loose twig. Finally gets it in the right hand as it was actually upside down.
Yeah.
Brought in now by O'Leary, but no shooting lane available as she was closed down by Grothman. A scrum along the end wall. Saints were outnumbered. Warriors come out with possession. Served on to center. Marcotte shuffles one in.
Good defense by Gerwitz.
Warriors hold the zone. Dropped down low by Grothman. Now a shooting opportunity. Ketterson sent it wide. Wraparound attempt. Puck stuck along the side of the goal, and then a reverse play to the far side, and a skate save made. Warriors still hold it in. Little pop shot. Saints cleared. And the attempt there from Shearer denied a potential icing call. Halverson brings it in for the Warriors. Quickly denied. Stepping up is Johnson. She tried to find a seam. Now here's Poisson. She's joined by Brooks. Poisson from the left wing avoids the slash. Looking out in front, but Brooks had gone over to support. Johnson dumps it down low as it's rimmed around the wall. Warriors send it up through the middle. This will clear the zone. Wasserman swats it right back in. Now Halverson comes in on a partial break from the left-hand side. Wrist shot. She scooped it wide.
Boy, again, Todd going for the upper corner, just over the goal.
They're looking glove side just about every opportunity. That won't count as a shot, but the Warriors have 6 on goal. One-time pass off the near side boards, out of the reach of Martin, but she will track it down. Good block by Gerwitz on the centering pass. Johnson was dispossessed. Make that Stelzer. Saints get it in. Now here's a chance for Nab. She's hooked from behind, and no call.
No call, wow.
Warriors go back the other way, up through the middle. Coney Bear. She'll take a slapper. That goes hard into the far corner. Saints can't clear initially. Second opportunity, they pop one out to center. Brawley goes back to pick it up. Pressure coming from Miller. Saints almost intercepted at center. Miller tosses it in. Cadrain is out. You have to figure every time the goaltender comes out to handle the puck, the Saints are going to get a little lump in their throat.
Yeah.
Back in her own end is Keegan Shearer. She reverses over to the far wing. Up through the middle. Miller taps it onto the near side. Rakowski guarded closely by Aaron. Aaron. If there wasn't a rule in place, she would have taken her hard to the wall. Now O'Leary tried to serve it onto herself over the center logo. Second attempt, she sweeps it around and goes off on a change, as well as Aaron. Johnson comes in.
Wow.
Good interception.
Came in strong.
And Johnson tied up. Referee just eyes it up, says play on. Rothman up the wall. Good step up from Gerwitz. Now a breakout attempt on the far wing. Mass comes in on her off wing. Shot in, glove save, and the puck turned away. Hayhurst lost it for a moment. Saints play it up the wall, but Johnson couldn't clear as it went captain to captain. Johnson in a battle with Hayhurst. Brooks. That one's deflected. Flutterer comes out. Poisson. She's going to go in all alone, and she slams her stick to the ice in frustration. But she couldn't get that one to settle down.
Yeah, she would have been off to the races if she could have.
Stelzer comes up, comes over with Grostedier. And it ultimately ends up as an icing call against the Saints.
So some pretty even hockey, Todd, back and forth. Maryville's got a couple. They got a couple breaks. If you would look at the numbers, shots are 7-1 in favor of the Warriors, but you wouldn't look or think that looking at the play, right? I mean, they've gotten some good chances. Unfortunately, for Maryville, the Warriors defenders have been doing a great job.
Now Wasserman, a little bit of an elbow into the side of Marcotte. Puck out to the high slot, not cleared away cleanly. Second attempt brought out and into the offensive zone. Oderman around 2 defenders, but then finally pinned up against the corner boards. Back to the point. Shot was blocked. Counterattack is on. Martin over the red line. Dumps over the blue. Close to the goal. Almost handcuffed Cadrain. Saints defense clears it over to the far wall, but held in. Now the shot, some steam took out of that one. Flock got a piece of it. Connie Bear tapped it up through the middle. Miller will come in through the center.
Boy, Miller's a great skater, isn't she?
Solid stick handling as well. Just that last little touch evaded her. Now Greenfield has it jabbed away. Connie Bear stepped up, delayed offside, and Connie Bear didn't touch it, so the Saints bring it out. Aaron comes over into the near side wall as she had her skate taken out. Saints missing on the poke check is Poisson. Showing a little more frustration, but it ultimately ends up as an offside call against the Warriors.
So Maryville gets a few shots. They're going to do well. Warriors have more of the shots, but I think they're trying to, as Maryville plays more into this game, they're finding their legs, they're finding the gameplay, and getting better as the minutes tick by.
Yeah, it seems like they just need to connect on that one pass. So
yeah,
far, it's just a couple fluttering pucks.
Yep. If they get that, they always say the first pass is the most important. Maryville gets that first pass, they'll be off to the races, especially Sydney Poisson.
So the top line of Johnson, Brooks, and Poisson is out there. Brooks with a slick little pass up through the middle. Poisson finds a lane here on the near wing, trying to cut past the defender, serves it on around, tracks it down, and then lost it along the end wall. Poisson comes over, puck jabbed around her. Regathered by the Warriors. It's tied up right along their own bench. Up to the Maryville blue line. Gerwitz handed it off to O'Brien at the red line. She sent it in. Saints completing a line change is Maud St. Louis. Couldn't quite hold it in. Puck came back her way, but the Warriors still with it. Just under the stick of Halverson as she comes into the offensive zone. Warriors going right to left. They find a lane. Here's Grostidier.
Boy, another great skater. Look at her around the roulette. She just keeps going, Todd.
Finally dishes off. Henderson sends it into the mixer. Nothing doing as a defense for Maryville. Got a piece of it. And there's an example of what we were talking about. Just a little bit off. Otherwise, O'Brien would have had a chance. Now we get a whistle behind the play.
I think they're going to get too many here, Todd. Yeah.
Yeah, the referee just kind of putting his arms up in the air saying you didn't really give me a choice, but
it's going to be on Maryville, yeah. Both teams were going for wholesale changes, and Maryville had the rush, had possession of the puck, so it's going to be on them. They're going to go on the the penalty kill here. Warriors, their first power play of the evening.
First power play between either of the teams. Coach Tommy Lang sending St. Louis into the sin bin to serve this 2 minutes. Warriors win the draw, comes back to Connie Bear. She skates along the line, comes in close. She'll take a shot, stick save, rebound popped way up in the air. Now it's loose. Bodies in the crease. A chance from the near side for Flanagan. Comes back to Connie Bear. Her slap shot was kicked away by a defender. Connie Bear holds it in. Sets it up for Grostidier. Filtered through. Connie Bear with a one-timer. Good steam behind that one. It ricochets off the corner boards. Picked up by Flanagan. Connie Bear again.
They're going to set her up. Yeah. They're going to set her up all night, Todd. She's got a great cannon from the point.
Stelzer was denied a breakaway opportunity as Connie Bear was down on her knees. And here's that defending of the goaltender that we talked about. You come within a foot or so of the crease, you're going to get bumped.
Few fisticuffs. These women know how to throw them, and they absolutely will if they have to. But yeah, Todd, Connie Bear at the point, you can tell she had 3 really good chances. They're really going to try to set her up as much as they can.
She unleashed a cannon on that one-timer.
Yeah.
Wasserman swats it over to the far side. It's not going to have enough to clear the zone, though. On the half wall for Marcotte. Skates into the corner. Bad angle chance. Rimmed around, and that one will clear.
Oh.
Almost an interception there, as trying to make the steal was O'Leary. She comes in, now does make a steal. She was all sorts of twisting around, though.
Great short-handed forecheck by O'Leary there.
Wasserman fans on the clearance, though. That'll set up the Warriors. Grostadier from a bad angle, puts it out in front. Trickler towards the goal. Good defending by Gerwitz. Grostadier on her off wing. Out to the point. Marcotte. Shearer. Wrister deflected on the way through and a save made and then cleared away. Saints will get more fresh legs out there to try to kill off this last quarter of a minute. Gerwitz sends it down, and that will just about do it. Poisson comes in on the forecheck, peels away as Shearer went over to the far wing. Johnson with a stick, that disrupts things. Poisson with the player coming out of the box, she'll dump it in. Going in on the forecheck. Henderson with Poisson right in her face. Poisson does make the steal from a bad angle, goes off the left shoulder. Gerwitz steps up, keeps it alive. Johnson looking for Poisson, cut out by Henderson. Warriors head out 3-on-2. Johnson trying to come back. Johnson looking to cut off that cross-ice pass. Aaron overskated, puck comes back out in front. Puck bouncing around like a hot potato in the slot, popped up in the air, and Cadrain will glove it down. 2:27 to go here in the first period. Saints being outshot by 8. 10-2 is the marker, but 0-0 where it counts.
Some things to take away, Todd. Great penalty kill by the Maryville Saints. They were able to keep it on the outside. Only a few shots. I think Midland was at 8 before that power play, so they were able to keep Midland on the outside, keep the shots down.
Again, the Saints pushing most of those shots from distance. There were a couple inside chances on that power play, but other than that, they've done a good job defending, stepping up. 2 minutes and change left as the shot by Miller from an angle came in and swatted away by the defender. Saints clear it, and that one was rolling on end, so that'll go the length of the ice, another icing call.
So we were talking before the game, Todd. I believe tomorrow night is when Maryville's going to honor their seniors, or senior. I believe there's only one on the team this year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, so tomorrow night hopefully, I think it's another blackout. We have a blackout here tonight, so tune in, join us. If you out of town, join us on YouTube.
Puck drop will be right around 5 o'clock. At least that's when the festivities will start.
That's what they tell us.
I never trust that. But at least it's closer to the actual time than it is in the NHL these days. You never know if that'll be like 25 minutes off. Warriors come around to the near side. Grostadier with a backhand pass back to Martin in the corner. Comes out to the half wall. Grostadier jabs it further north. Marcotte was pinned against the boards. O'Leary takes a spill, but trying to keep the puck alive for Maryville. Shot. Some steam took out of it. St. Louis got a stick in there. Cadrain sticked it into the corner. Saints don't clear. Finally pushed out to center. Shearer comes right back in, but she's going to head off on a change. Well, no, actually, she'll stay out there. The rest of her line mates are going on a change. Saints send it up the near wall. Shearer intercepts after it was tapped by Brooks. Hayhurst comes in. Ran out of real estate. Back and forth we go over the blue line, one way and then the other. Gerwitz sends it north, looking for Johnson. Nobody got a stick to it, so that will be an icing. 38 seconds left in the first.
Nice breakout by Gerwitz. Gerwitz playing some great defense tonight. Unfortunately, they weren't able to connect on the pass, resulting in an icing. And Todd, I've been notified there's a hockey team called Shamrocks watching us this evening. So shout out to Shamrocks, a hockey team. They play out at Centene. That's a shameless plug. That's my beer league team. So, hey, fellas, nice to see you here.
Always good to get some eyeballs on the product.
Absolutely.
We appreciate all the people that tune in. You got to figure mostly it's parents and family members. So if you can get some outside of family members, then nothing but good for the Maryville hockey program.
Right.
Offensive zone faceoff as they got the dump in on goal. Stone covered it up. Johnson will come in. Referee's having a discussion with Tommy Lang. Linesman over here on the near side was getting a little antsy. He was about to drop that puck, realized he didn't have anybody with him.
I need some help, fellas.
Johnson took a spill, and again, no penalty coming. That one came over the blue line, delayed offside. Rakowski says, I'm just going to take it in on offense. Brooks swats it back up into the air. Henderson brings it down for the Warriors. 1 second left, and there's the buzzer. So a lot of offense for the Midland Warriors, not as much for the Maryville Saints. But ultimately, both teams have the same to show for it, as it's 0-0 after 20 minutes of play.
Yeah, I mean, Midland did what they need to do. They get the shots on goal. Maryville goaltender been playing some great hockey so far. Maryville still has some great chances. Even though the fact it's only 3 shots on goal, they've had some great chances. And sometimes the games are lopsided, Todd. And so far, I don't think it's lopsided. Midland might have the extra step on the Maryville Saints, but like you said, it's 0-0. We got 2 periods of play left.
So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk things over in the first intermission report. This is Maryville Saints hockey.
Mi brucia tutto. Non vedo il fondo. Non lo reggo un altro secondo.
Gambe a pezzi e manca tanto. Basta, mollo, non me la sento.
Non ho fiato e sono lento. Non giocherò mai, 0 talento.
Pedalate pesanti, non ho più spinta. Ma quale cima, non basta la grinta.
Non prendo una palla, sono sfinita. Male oggi, penso in partita.
CCM one-piece boot.
The CCM one-piece boot?
If I had these in my day,
I could have been Connor McDavid.
I could have been Connor McDavid.
Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Helps make your feet faster, gives you a closer fit. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Looking sharp, bud. Good thing you got that one-piece boot, you duster.
I'm Keegan with How Ice Hockey Tape, and today we're going to be talking about using a skate stone. Skate stones are a pregame or an in-game tool to help sharpen dull or nicked blades that have lost their edge. When you're using a skate stone, it's extremely important to remember never to touch the bottom of the blade. It's only to be used on the sides of the blade. So what you're going to do, take your skate stone and you're just going to make a couple passes along the side of the blade, not using too much pressure or too little pressure, just making a couple passes on both sides. Using the skate stone is just a temporary fix. It's not a good substitute for getting your skate sharpened. Make sure to get your skates to your trusted skate shop for the perfect cut.
In today's sports world, high-quality video and accurate data are key elements for improving team results, player development, and fan engagement. Pixelot, the world's leading AI automated sports production company, provides an end-to-end video and data solution for fans, players, and coaches. Pixelot systems are installed around the world and produce thousands of live matches every day with customized live graphics, ads, color commentary, and play-by-play.
Left wing feed goes.
At the end of the game, our AI generates highlight reels 100% automatically. Analysts and the coaching staff get video breakdowns and stats from VidSwap, Pixelot's video analysis platform. Each game captured is automatically broken down by sports professionals on a video editing platform for in-depth analysis. The real-time game breakdowns from live video and official data include shot charts, heat maps, and detailed game, team, and player stats. The platform offers a variety of editing and self-coding tools, so you can easily review plays and coach your team better both during and after the game. This all-in-one, cost-effective solution also allows you to telestrate, tag, and add notes to each move, and watch your upcoming opponent's matches on the Video Exchange platform. Pixelot produces and analyzes thousands of games every single day from over 130 leagues and tournaments around the globe. Join the AI revolution in sports.
This is the MSHN Intermission Report, brought to you by the following. Hogan Trucking, comprehensive transportation, straightforward solutions.
And welcome back to the Maryville University Hockey Center as we are in the Hogan Trucking First Intermission Report. Scoreless after 20 minutes of play. Todd Panula alongside Chuck Kraus. And Chuck, obviously Maryville will be a little bit disappointed to not have a little more offense under their belt, but considering the game plan going in, knowing the injuries that they had, they're going to be pretty pleased with the effort that we saw in that first 20 minutes.
I think promising is the best kind of word I came up with to explain or describe the first period. I mean, yeah, the shots are outweighed for Midland Warriors, but Maryville's shown a lot of promise. They've been getting a lot of breaks, not getting the shots on goal, but the breaks are still there. So great goaltending for them, and Todd, I'm ready for some more hockey.
So the focus, obviously, as we mentioned, was going to be kind of more on the defensive side for the Maryville Saints. And we saw them implement Coach Lang's game plan pretty much to perfection. A lot of sticks in the lanes. They were doing a good job of not allowing too many shots from in close. There weren't a whole lot of second opportunities either for Midland.
No, there weren't. Goaltender doing a great job. I'm just going to call her Caitlin. We're on a first-name basis. No, real great at making sure that original shot, gets steered out to the corner. She's been doing a real good job at that. And then to go on the other side, our offense, that first pass is so important. Everyone always says it. When Maryville gets that first pass, when Emma Gerwitz gets that first pass out there, they're getting chances. So, I'm sure Coach Lang just wants to, emphasize that, keep working on that, and see if we can get one past Stone down there.
So let's take a look at some of those first period statistics. Obviously, as we mentioned, the chances and the shots favoring the Midland Warriors. But to your point, we talked about not allowing too many chances, only 3 really for the Warriors that would be considered grade A scoring opportunities. And when you consider they had 11 shots total, that's some pretty good defending, blocking for as well for Maryville.
Yeah, some of them were, the ones that kind of piddle in, kind of flutter in, and a lot of them that the Maryville's goaltender was able to see. So, the shots are 11, but like we just saw, only 3 real scoring chances. So, I think that's a real positive aspect that Maryville can look at going into the second period.
So, as we look forward to the second period, obviously Maryville, they're still going to be trying to defend, but do you try to switch things off onto the offensive end a little bit more, or do you try to sit back given the fact that in the second period you have that longer change?
I don't think Maryville should change anything. When you play this team yesterday and you lose 6-0, you're going into the second period at 0-0. Yeah, the shots are 11, but really Midland only had 3 scoring chances. I don't think you change anything. You go into the second, you just execute and you build on what they've already done. Keep it how it is, build on what you've already done, and see what happens, see what they can't execute in the second.
So 20 minutes in the books, 40 minutes left in regulation, and we'll see what happens after all of that. That'll wrap it up for your Hogan Intermission Report. When we come back, we'll have the puck drop on the second period. 0-0 after 20. This is Maryville Saints hockey.
Wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Anne to St. Charles, wherever you live. Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know. Frederick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof, Frederick Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
A lot of the times, students that are thinking about entering our program, they have a lot of questions. They've done their research. A lot of the questions that the students have are based upon outcomes. Where am I going to be 4 years from now if I decide to be in the Rawlings Sport Business Management Program? Here, I'll show you. Here's where our alumni work now. We have students working in the athletic department at universities. We have students working for sports teams. We have students working for sports agencies, whether it be an Abstract Marketing, a Learfield Sports, an IMG. Those are a lot of the organizations that are hiring our students. And we do have a lot of our alumni who do work for sports teams, whether it be the Houston Rockets, the Kansas City Royals, the St. Louis Cardinals, St. Louis Blues. Many of our students have worked for those agencies and continue to work for those types of organizations now.
Howie's Stretch Grip Tape is a self-adhering cushiony gauze for better grip at the end of your knob. It's spongy for maximized comfort and cushion on your gloves, and it's soft yet abrasive to ensure the best grip. Howie's Pro Grip Tape is self-adhering with no adhesive to create an all-around grip on your stick knob. It uses a thinner material than our Stretch Grip Tape to create a coarse abrasive tack on your gloves, and it's used around the globe by professionals.
I enjoy working with Lauren because she's really consistent. She follows up, she makes the process as quick as she can, and just really helps get you in, get you out, and make sure you know everything you need to. Hi, I'm Jessica, and I bought a 2021 Ford Edge for my company today from Lauren Sutter. So my company is expanding their sales force and needed to equip our new business managers with a vehicle, and we reached out to Lauren at Lou Fuse to get them with the right SUV. She helped us find the 2021 Ford Edge. I purchased my first one from her a couple months ago, and the process was so painless and easy that I'm back again for my second one, and we'll be back again probably in a couple months to buy another. I think somebody would come buy a vehicle from Lauren at Lou Fuse if they're looking for an easy process, somebody who is not going to guide them in the wrong direction and help them get exactly what they're looking for.
the day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. Lost together, we discovered ourselves again. And we realized that the things that matter deserve time.
That looks good.
From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there. And they never tasted this good.
The CCM one-piece boot.
The CCM one-piece boot.
If I had these in my day,
I could have been Connor McDavid.
I could have been Connor McDavid.
Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Helps make your feet faster, gives you a closer fit. Anyone can be Connor McDavid.
Looking sharp, bud. Good thing you got that one-piece boot, you duster.
So the teams have retaken the ice, and we are just about set for second period action in this conference matchup between the Midland Warriors and the Maryville Saints. Just as an update, they did find a mysterious shot during the intermission for Maryville, so shots are now 11-4, still in favor of Midland, but nevertheless, an extra offensive chance up on the board for Maryville as we are about to embark on the second period of play. The teams have retaken their positions. Midland will now be going left to right, right to left for your Maryville Saints. Referee at center drops the puck. Warriors win the draw. Johnson tied up Grostedier. And then the puck came a little too close for comfort, so Cadrain will cover. We'll have an early face-off inside the Saints zone.
A big period, Todd. You always want to go ahead in the second period, the middle frame. You're not too tired yet. You got your legs under you, so let's see what happens.
Saints can't clear, held in along the blue line. Now a shot coming from the circle. Left toe save, and then a good defensive sweep by Brawley to kick it over here to the near side. Johnson trying to get in on the counterattack. Denied by Grostedier, or checked at it was Miller. Poisson steps up, keeps it alive at the blue line, but handed it right back to Miller. She skates over the red line, past the blue, passes over here to Flanagan along the near wing. One-timer in front by Miller, and then a shot from the angle, turned away all by Cadrain. Saints rip one down the ice, flutters towards goal, and it ultimately ends up as a stick save. O'Brien overskated. It comes back into the Saints zone. Gerwitz trying to give it up to O'Brien. O'Leary there as well. Redkowski slammed it up into the air. It ends up in the netting. 1:04 into the second period, still scoreless.
Puck back at center. I'm really anxious to see how this period ends, Todd. It's always a real important period, and the way both teams have been playing, they've been playing great so far. So it's really going to be interesting how this ends.
St. Louis makes an interception at center, tried to send it across. He had O'Leary there. Pass never got its way through. Shearer comes over. O'Leary picks the pocket. They joust along the far side boards. Shearer with the loose puck in behind her own cage. 90 seconds played here in the second period, and the Saints almost force a bad play.
That was close. That's what forechecking does for you.
Marcotte was able to slam it just around Aaron. Good play off the near side boards to avoid 2 Midland Warrior players in the zone. Talked about the forecheck previously of Maryville, but now it's the Warriors trying to hem the Saints in the zone. They're able to backhand it out. Shearer sends it back to her own end. Richardson over to the far boards. Mass was spun around. He did a little pirouette. Rose Didier in the slot, jams it. What a good poke check from Cadrain. Richardson back at her own red line. Delayed offside, so the forecheck couldn't be employed there by the Warriors. Brought in by Toole. She comes in with Oderman. Toole cycles all the way around, played it off the back of the cage. The intention was to get it out front. A bouncer into the far corner. Shearer sends it across the rink. Taps off the stick of Thompson, but she was not even close to the red line, so it'll be an icing call.
You know what I've noticed so far is when Maryville is in the offensive zone, they do a pretty good job at holding the blue line. They're able to keep the pucks in the zone when Midland tries to exit. But on the flip side, Midland does the same thing very well. So, we'll see who does what better to get that first goal of the game.
So Brooks ties up her opponent off the side of the goal. Might have been paddled away by the goaltender. Brooks back to Wasserman at the blue line. Gets it down low. Poisson got a little bit of a push from behind. Johnson sets a little bit of a pick. Shot in. Poisson might have actually blocked it as she was trying to deflect it. But an icing call coming up against the Warriors as the Saints had their first sustained pressure in quite some time. And now they've got 4 shots on goal in this period alone.
Yeah, the physical activity is starting to amp up. Maryville Saints are starting to keep it in Midland zone like I was touching on a little bit a minute ago. Exactly what they need to do, Todd. Come out, play strong, keep the puck in the zone.
Saints win the draw, but then Brooks overskated as she was trying to come in from the edge of the circle to help. Richardson into the dot, and then a block by Wasserman. Richardson goes hard into the boards, and she is not getting up yet. Saints had the edge. They're going to call
the player down behind the goal, but
so I believe they're stopping it for the injury, not for an icing. But that'll be interesting to see where the face-off ends up coming.
Yeah, I would imagine they'll go to center since they blew it like that. Maryville had a chance there. They almost had a 2-on-1. And usually if the injury's on the other side of the ice, they'll let the play go. But the referees decided to blow it down since there's an injury. Hopefully, I didn't see the number of who that is, but hopefully she is okay in the Midland Warrior offense or forward.
I had initially said Sydney Richards, but it might be Karina Grothman.
Okay.
It was either 12 or 13, one of the two.
But yeah, she went in. I mean, she saw it coming, and it's only 3.5 minutes into the second period, so the ice is still relatively fresh. And if you've never been on the ice, when it's fresh, you go sliding. It's very hard to stop. So she got a nice shot off and just kind of went awkwardly into the boards behind Maryville's goal.
And this is all happening off camera, obviously, as the and now it finally swings over. So you get a little bit of a look there.
Yeah, our robot camera doesn't know what's going on. And she's up, so that's good to see.
Doesn't look like she's able to put much weight on that right leg, though, so that's disappointing to see.
A couple players, a couple teammates helping her off the ice. Yeah, like you said, Todd, no weight whatsoever on that right leg. So hopefully it's just a stinger. She can work it out. That would be the best.
So I see Richards over by the bench already, so that is Karina Grothman.
Yeah. So hopefully Karina's okay. like I said, hopefully it's just one of those stingers that you got to, get your leg moving a little bit. But you never know when you go in like that. It can be an ankle, the worst, the knee, the knees are so delicate. The ACLs, MCLs, all that stuff. So best wishes to her. Hopefully she's okay and we can see her back on the ice this evening.
So the trainers will see to her. Saints have an offensive zone faceoff. Poisson came up with it, but then a late stick in from Richards denied her a shooting opportunity. Maryville was able to tie it up along the boards just for a moment, but it is ultimately cleared. Gerwitz dangerously backhands it up the near side wall. Stolen by Miller. She'll take it glove side, and a save by Cadrain.
Boy, Miller seems to always be in the right spot. She's a great skater. She's a great stick handler. She's fast. Anytime she breaks through the middle, it's going to be dangerous for Maryville. So I'm sure they have her number circled, but Miller, man, she's a great skater.
Saints will send out a fresh trio of forwards. Face-off still won by the Warriors. Richards slams it around. Near side corner. Wachowski left it. Henderson reverses back to the far wing.
Ooh.
Miller blows a tire. Almost goes into the boards. But
as I get done talking about how she's such a great skater, she went down.
every once in a while, there's still a little bit of a rut, even though the ice has been resurfaced. Richards, I should say, comes back. Has it stolen by O'Leary. O'Brien comes in to help as well. Had it stolen from behind. Out of the reach of Flanagan, but she's able to just shuffle it past the pinching defender. Now Toole and Henderson jab at it. Saints send it into the offensive zone, but not under control. Oderman fresh off to the bench. Shot from the wall was turned away. Now Toole and Aaron are able to keep that one away. Referee keeps his arm down, much to the displeasure of the Maryville fans here in attendance. Grostidier hands it off. Marcotte puts it into the mixer. Loose along the side of the net, but jabbed over to the far side. Christensen steps into one. That was knocked down, and then it was loose, and a shot saved. Martin with a chance. Grostidier takes it to the half wall and reverses. Marcotte skates up to it, keeps it away from the players in black. Saints clear it past. But this one will go all the way down, and it'll be an icing call with 14:20 left in the second.
Boy, Conybear had one right in her wheelhouse, and it got blocked in front. Whoever it hit, I'm surprised didn't immediately drop, because like we said earlier, she can shoot that puck.
So normally when you block a shot, that ends up being a good thing, but it almost set up a chance for Riley Martin. Forced a good save from Cadrain on that second opportunity. Halverson tried to sweep it in behind the net. Saints were able to pin that one up against the boards. Stelzer saucers one up, but not out. Rimmed back around here to the near side. Christensen was able to keep it in the zone. Back and forth we go along the outside. Here is the aforementioned Conybear. She sends one towards goal, right into the mixed section of the Saints netminder.
So a little back and forth play, one end to the other. 15-9 on shots, more even than what we saw in the first. Makes for a great game of evening hockey here, Todd.
You never know what you're going to get in these second periods. Some teams will sit back and just kind of take the line changes as they come, not worry too much about offense. Other times, like we're seeing here in this period, to get both teams to open it up a little bit. Brooks swatted it up the middle, intended for Poisson, but that was cut out on the way through. Good steal by Ketterson. Poisson sweeps it past. She's in a foot race, and now she kind of hit the brakes a little bit. Saints unable to hold it in along the blue line. Knocked back and forth off the stick of Miller. She picks it up, and from center, backhands it in. She'll head off on a change. Brawley just out of the reach of Poisson. Henderson back in her own end. Brooks disrupts it, able to steal it for the moment. Poisson took it right back into pressure as her momentum was just carrying her too much. Pass was way too far behind Mass. She has to slow up along the red line. Brawley back to pick it up in her own end. She was tied up. Now Mass picks up the loose change, sends one in front. Nobody in orange there. On the backhander, here's O'Leary. Swatted away momentarily. Saints pick up the loose change, and Brawley will dump.
Boy, O'Leary has some speed. Unfortunately, the Midland defender was able to cut her off.
Cross ice pass finds nobody in a friendly jersey as the Saints make the steal. O'Leary comes in on her off wing, has to play it off the dashers and around. 12:10 left to go here, second period. Scoreless game. Out of the reach of Mass on the stretch pass. That's got enough on it to be an icing call.
Awful face. Breaking into the middle, getting the backhand shot off. The best opportunity for Maryville in this game.
And they've definitely put the pedal to the metal on the offensive side here in the second period so far. 6 shots. We're not even halfway through. Oderman had it roll over her stick, regained it. Good defensive play by Conybear to deny 2 Saints players a shooting opportunity. Now they spring a counterattack, brought across the line by Thompson. She looks out in front. Grustedier was there. Net is dislodged. And then oddly, Glover pushed it even more off the moorings because it was only off by a foot or so. They could have probably put it back on.
Yeah. So as we have a whistle, it looks like that injured Midland Warrior player, she's being wheeled to the locker room, which you never like to see. Our best wishes to her. Yeah, she looks like she's in some pain, so we'll try to get updates on her.
The Saints, with their own injury problems,
right?
They know all about that. So best wishes to her. Given the fact that they did have to wheel her out, I would venture a guess that she will not feature in tomorrow's game, but
yeah,
you never know.
You never know. It could be just got to get some weight off of it tonight. You never know. Like I kept saying, the stinger. I mean, sometimes those hurt so bad, and then a little bit of ice, a little bit of heat, and you're good to go. And let's hope that's what that is for her.
Face off just outside the Saints line. They do win the draw. Brawley taps it up the near boards. Martin says, here you go, you can have it back. Brawley slides it up the near side wall again. O'Leary jabs it, but then loses her stick. Still skates into the offensive zone.
Yeah.
Not really sure what she intends to do. Centering pass for O'Brien. Now O'Leary tries to get a fresh twig, and now she does, but the puck comes out. Grustedier will dump it in and head off on a change.
Yeah, it wasn't broken, and the ref picked it up, so I wonder what would have happened if she went to go back for her stick.
Easy to second guess from the broadcast booth.
Yeah,
now somebody's lost a mitt. Bits and pieces falling all over the place.
Yard sale, as they like to say. It's a yard sale.
Aaron tried to slam it off the end wall. She was tied up. Puck's kind of stuck right there along the edge of the circle. Now here's a giveaway. Miller tried to set it up for Flanagan. And now a rolling shot off the cuff of the glove. And Cadrain was able to get just enough of it to keep it away. Miller with a little scoop pass off the body of St. Louis. Now Brooks comes in on the offensive end. All by herself as the Saints are changing their lines. Gerwitz thought about pinching up. Elected to stay at the blue line, probably a wise play. Good stick to keep Rakowski from having a drive in towards net. Stelzer, or make that Johnson, had it on the tape, but then overskated briefly. Gerwitz trying to catch up to it. Gets along the end wall.
Good job, yeah.
Able to make the steal, swats it up the near boards, continued on by Poisson, and they will wave off icing. 8:45 to go here in the middle frame. Richards is stood up by Poisson. The referee allows it. Saints might have gotten away with the one there. That was a pretty clean potty check. But
pretty clean hit.
In the eyes of the referee, it's just body contact. Shots still in favor of the Warriors as they try the stretch pass, but it handcuffed Halverson. So she couldn't get clean control. They'll push the reset button back in their own end. Ketterson comes across the line. Looked like her skate might have connected with a defensive stick, but again, no penalty. Only one power play in the contest. It went the Warriors' way. As they dig in along the corner boards, and now we get a whistle as there's a Saints player down in some distress.
Looks like it's Emma Gerwitz. Yeah, she gets up, but like we always talk about, Todd, you know, it doesn't matter which way as long as the refereeing is consistent. And there's been 3 or 4 where, you know, the coaches on the bench are calling for the penalty and the players are, but the referees aren't. So, you know, they're consistent. Like you said, there's only been one power play. They're letting these ladies play. And like I said, it's very consistent. So it could go the other way. It could be very unfair. It could be calling the bad penalties, but the Stripes have let them play so far.
Should be noted that they're going with more of an old school 3 official system, 1 referee and 2 linesmen.
Much like men's D2.
Although every now and then I see 2 referees and 1 linesman
for
that, so you never know what you're going to get in men's D2. Shoulder thrown in by Grosted here, took out Toole. But again, and there is going to be a penalty called on that one.
Okay, well.
So Hayhurst touches the puck. Referee points the way of Keegan Shearer. Make that Jenna Grosdier.
An elbow. Interesting. Of all the ones we've seen so far, this is the one he calls. Hey, they're the guys getting paid to call the game. We're just here talking about them. So,
well, that's one of those plays that, like, I saw the penalty. I don't know that I would have called it elbowing.
Right. Maryville sees what they can do on their special teams. First time this evening.
7:13 to go here in the second. Slammed around the boards, and Gerwitz couldn't quite catch up to it. Shearer will wrist it all the way down. Cadrain leaves it. Gerwitz is taken out by Miller. Miller swats it back to the blue line, and now the Warriors will be able to kill some more time off. Saints with it in their own zone. As the dog pound fans here for the Saints trying to urge their team on. Potentially get a special teams goal. Puck caught up in the paraphernalia of Henderson. She finally was able to wiggle it out and clear it down the ice. 1:12 left in the Saints power play. Rink-wide pass went through the wickets of Poisson. Warriors push it right back the other way.
1 minute gone so far. 57 seconds left in the power play.
A little tap pass around Cuddy Bear by Brooks. She'll catch up to it in the corner, shuffles it in behind the net. Stelzer off the side of the goal, but nobody in front for the Saints. Now it's a shorthanded opportunity. Rakowski comes in one-on-one, takes a shot. It's off the goaltender. Cadrain didn't know where it was. Fortunately for her, it went out in front instead of behind. Brooks comes across. Good drop pass, but still not cleanly handled there by St. Louis. Nab will come all the way back. Pressure, able to steal it away as the Warriors looking very strong on this kill.
Yes, they are.
Up the middle is Toole. She will wrist it on around. Johnson takes her opponent down from behind. Back to 5-on-5 with 5:05 left in the second. Connie Bear will slap it down. I don't think she knew the penalty was over because that's going to result in an icing call.
Yeah, I don't think she realized that it had expired. But they were able to hold Maryville off to 0 shots on the power play. So a good, successful kill for Midland. And yeah, Connie Bear, I don't think she realized that it was she was even strength. So she has cleared it down. Have to stay on the ice for another shift.
Now Connie Bear lost control of it. Saints tied up along the end boards. Squirts over here towards the near corner. Stelzer in a wrestling match. Oderman comes over to help out. Saints just can't dig it off the wall though. Stelzer down low. Connie Bear ties up one of the Saints forwards. That was St. Louis. She's able to dig it off the wall and Connie Bear doesn't quite clear. Shot taken. Marcotte blocked it. She sends Flanagan off to the races, and then a good little jab from Brawley was able to disrupt all that. Oderman dropped it. St. Louis tried to find it. She had her stick lifted at the wrong time for her. Nowkowski tries to go through the wickets. Backhand chance and a blocker save. Put back into the mixer. Miller swats at it a couple times. Loose along the side of the net. Now we get a whistle and a stoppage. Few extra pushes after the whistle.
Boy, what a good right pad save by Cadrain as Nowkowski got the backhand off, going the opposite side. And Cadrain has looked very strong in this showing today, Todd.
Yeah, she's been good positionally, sharp on the angles. Turned away 19 shots thus far. 4:01 left to go in the second period. Referee didn't like how the face-off was taken. They will allow that 1 second to elapse. Saints slam it over here to the near side, but held in by Henderson. She'll reverse it. Bouncer in behind the net. Brooks blindly puts it towards the circle. Dangerous. Intercepted. Saints will clear, and this will result in an icing against them.
Sydney Poisson trying to get to it. Barely beat by Henderson. Alas, there's going to be an icing.
And she put in some good effort there, but just couldn't quite get around the hip of Henderson.
Right. And that's the one you want off to the races, too, with Sydney Poisson. She can sure fly.
Another stoppage with 30:38 to go here in the period. Still a scoreless game. Saints offense has gone a little quiet here in the last 5 minutes, though, as they put one up through the gut. Couldn't be cleared out initially. Off the high glass over on the far side, just barely stays in. A bouncer up towards the blue line, held in by Shearer. Saints get a piece of it. Johnson will send it up and out of play. But that actually might benefit the Saints, as that will allow them to get some fresh legs out there.
So again, we'll have these two teams tomorrow. Let's say around 5 o'clock. We never know when it's always going to be. Right around 5.
Tune in at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'll have something for you. A trickler over here to the near side. Again, tied up along the wall. There's been a lot of board battles here in the second period. Martin sends one towards goal. That's off a body and into the far corner. O'Leary ties up Marcotte. And now they dig in along the dashers again.
Oh, two players go down awkwardly.
Hard spill.
Penalty being called on the play. On Maryville, it looks like.
Yeah, it was hard to tell who had the puck when the referee blew the whistle.
Oh, it's going to be on Midland as Emma Gerwitz was blowing a kiss to the Midland Warrior that got the infraction.
Little Ryan Reeves action there.
Yeah.
It's all in good fun, I suppose. So the penalty again is going to be against Jenna Grostidier.
See if Maryville can get a few shots here. They got 0 on the first power play. 10 total in the game so far. And Coach White looking for an explanation from the referee as they're over there talking. So it gives Coach Lang from Maryville an opportunity to talk to his team, give him some tips, some tricks for the power play here.
That ends up almost as a de facto timeout for the Saints.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you're the penalized coach, you want that explanation, but if the Saints can win the faceoff, they might get something set up. And then as I say that, it's cleared out. Good clearance by Tana Christensen. Saints will have to go the full length of the ice to get it back into the offensive zone. Up the far wing, Maddie Johnson. Poisson cutting through the middle. Pass not available, and it ends up in the Saints bench. .137 to go here in the second Saints power play.
Fast period, only 2:18 left in the period. This period sure has gone by quick. Good hockey. Time flies when you're having fun.
Saints win the draw this time. They go to Gerwitz. One-touch pass over the far side. Shot in, deflected. And O'Brien couldn't quite collect it. Ends up in behind the net. Brought around as the referee tries to get out of the way. O'Leary leaves it for Poisson. Top of the circle. Now below the goal line. Good defending by Cunnybear. We've said her name quite a bit here this evening. Gerwitz skates it into the corner. She's going to take a shot. She went blocker side off the shoulder. This stays in the rink, though. Brooks, fresh off the bench, trying to catch a tired group out there for the Warriors. Slap shot in, and that one was pretty close there. Stone kind of shook the melon after she was done.
Yeah, that was a nice shot done by, who was it? That was Sophia Nab. And Todd, I can say it now that the play's over with. Maryville absolutely had 6 players on the ice, and it kind of snuck by the referee. He was dealing with something by the goal, so they got away with one.
We'll just keep that to ourselves.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
Stelzer spun around. Puck still along the faceoff dot. Loose in the corner. Brooks trying to get it onto the forehand. Backhand pass to Nab. One-timer. Whistles wide. Toole comes up. Able to keep it alive along the boards. Nobody in behind the net as Stelzer had come over to help. And the Warriors will clear. 30 seconds left in the power play. 1:06 left in the period. Out of the reach of St. Louis. Stelzer will just scoop it in. She'll try to dump and chase. Warriors able to get to it first. They slam it past St. Louis. Gerwitz back. 8 seconds left. Almost had her pocket picked. Now she comes up the middle, showing those sweet moves on the stick. O'Brien taken out from behind. Referee says it was incidental. 35 seconds left in the period. Swatted up the wall. Saints hold. Down to the goal line. No shooting lanes available. Gerwitz steps into one. A little bit of a slapper. That's knocked down. 20 seconds left. Saints need to get back on defense. Here's Grostidier on the right wing. Shot from the circle. Save made. Rebound loose. Gerwitz carries behind and slaps it out. Brooks ran out of real estate. Puts one in front. O'Brien with a shot off the top of the crease, but no more. So a good offensive showing for the Saints as they get 10 shots in that period. Only 9 shots for the Midland Warriors. The score remains the same as it did in the first intermission, 0-0.
Yeah, Todd, great period. I want to say Maryville came up with the better period there. That second power play, they were able to get some nice shots on goal, test the goaltender. Only 6 shots separate these women right now, and it's still 0-0. So we see yesterday they lose 6-0. Right now it's 0-0 going into the third period. Completely different game. It seems like Maryville's got a completely different attitude and outlook on this game. And like I said, let's not change anything. Keep it how they are and just build on what they're doing. So it's going to be an exciting third period here at the Maryville University Hockey Center.
So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have your second intermission report and the third period as well. This is Maryville Saints hockey.
It's just a dream. Go back to sleep.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. Lost together, we discovered ourselves again. And we realized that the things that matter deserve time. From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there. And they never tasted this good.
Hi, I'm Keegan with How Ice Hockey Tape, and today we're going to be talking about using a skate stone. Skate stones are a pregame or an in-game tool to help sharpen dull or nicked blades that have lost their edge. When you're using a skate stone, it's extremely important to remember never to touch the bottom of the blade. It's only to be used on the sides of the blade. So what you're going to do, take your skate stone and you're just going to make a couple passes along the side of the blade, not using too much pressure or too little pressure, just making a couple passes on both sides. Using the skate stone is just a temporary fix. It's not a good substitute for getting your skate sharpened. Make sure to get your skates to your trusted skate shop for the perfect cut.
Hi, and welcome to Maryville Hockey. Kathy Kilo Peterson, State Farm Agency here, and I'm Kathy. We are so excited to partner with Maryville Hockey this year. Please call us if we can help you with any of your insurance needs. We have life insurance, auto, home, renters, health insurance, and more. We would love to be able to help you. Go to kkilo.com. That has all of our contact information. Two winning teams coming together, Kathy Kilo Peterson State Farm and Maryville Hockey. Enjoy the game and go Saints!
This is the MSHN Intermission Report, brought to you by the following. Arco Construction, the design and build people.
Construction.
Welcome back to the Maryville University. Am I on? Can
There
you hear me?
I can hear you, Todd.
I can't hear myself, so I don't know what's going on. Welcome back to the Arco Construction Intermission Report. The score is still 0-0 after 40 minutes of play. What, are you double checking on me?
Yeah, I was double checking the shots.
So the shot's still in favor of the Midland Warriors, but the difference is quite a bit less than it was in the first period. Well, I shouldn't say quite a bit because it was a 7 margin of a shot total. Now it's 6, but Maryville's got to feel a lot better about their offensive showing in that second period.
Yeah, absolutely, Todd. I mean, the gameplay from the second compared to the first, I mean, lights out different. You know, they had Maryville had 2 power plays. They weren't able to get anything going on the first one. On the second one, able to get a few shots and test Stone, who's between the pipes from Midland. But yeah, I mean, it's a different period. The gameplay has been a lot more. How do I say it? Like more of a strong hockey game. You know, I mean, the first period was kind of back and forth. Okay, it was a strong period for both teams.
Yeah, that second period, especially from the Maryville perspective, because in the first period, you never really got the sense that they were just hanging on, but the focus was obviously on the defensive end. They weren't really trying to push into the offensive side as much as you might in a normal game, but considering the fact that they had lost 6-0 the previous afternoon, I think that was where the main focus was. Let's just keep it tight, keep things hemmed in that first 20 minutes. And now we saw a little bit more of what we've come to expect this season from the Maryville players in that second period.
Yeah, absolutely. Sydney Poyson, Emma Gerwitz, O'Leary. I mean, these gals are starting to really get engaged in this hockey game, starting to test Midland. And you can tell, like you made the point, some of the Midland players, you know, bending down, got the sticks on the legs, kind of getting tired out. I think the gameplay from the Maryville Saints are starting to tire out the Midland Warriors.
So going into the third period, obviously for Maryville, to your point, in both the first intermission and right there before the second, it's pretty much carbon copy. Let's keep things the same.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to change anything up too drastic or anything really at all. If you're playing good, well, like they always say, why change it or why fix it if it's not broken? And right now, Maryville's play, their lines, their gameplay, their strategy, it's not broken, Todd. So I think Tommy Lang, you know, Coach Lang goes into the locker room and says, listen, ladies, you're playing some good hockey. You're getting some good shots on goal. Let's keep it up. Just play a little harder and see if we can't put some on the scoreboard here.
Well, before we fully transition to the third period, let's take a look at the numbers from the second period as things kind of evened out there. You see the total shots, 20-14 in favor of Midland. Scoring chances, a lot more even there, 10-6 with Midland. Things opening up there for both teams. It was 3-1 in terms of the scoring chances after that first period. Maryville still with the shot block total lead. But overall, Maryville's got to be happy with their play through 40 minutes, and now it's just about finding that finishing play here in the third period.
Yeah, Todd, another thing, you know, another point that what it kind of feels like, yeah, it's a conference game here, but it almost feels like one of those playoffs or even championship games where it's 0-0 going into the third, 6 shots difference going into the third. I mean, it's a great matchup, great competition from both sides. So the third period, it's going to be exciting, and I have a feeling it's going to be, you know, one goal is going to separate this game. I'm going to call maybe a 2-1 game, but which way, I don't know.
Players probably don't know either, so they have to go out there and decide things for themselves. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your third period. It's scoreless after 40. This is Maryville Saints hockey.
brucia tutto. Non vedo il fondo. Non lo reggo un altro secondo.
Gambe a pezzi e manca tanto. Basta, mollo, non me la sento.
Non ho fiato e sono lento. Non giocherò mai, zero talento.
Pedalate pesanti, non ho più spinta. Ma quale cima, non basta la grinta.
Non prendo una palla, sono sfinita. Male oggi, penso in partita.
The CCM one-piece boot.
The CCM one-piece boot? If I had these in my day, I could have been Connor McDavid. I could have been Connor McDavid. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Helps make your feet faster, gives you a closer fit. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Looking sharp, bud. Good thing you got that one-piece boot, you duster.
It's just a dream. Go back to sleep.
Hi, I'm Keegan with How Ice Hockey Tape, and today we're going to be talking about using a skate stone. Skate stones are a pre-game or an in-game tool to help sharpen dull or nicked blades that have lost their edge. When you're using a skate stone, it's extremely important to remember never to touch the bottom of the blade. It's only to be used on the sides of the blade. So what you're going to do, take your skate stone and you're just going to make a couple passes along the side of the blade, not using too much pressure or too little pressure, just making a couple passes on both sides. Using the skate stone is just a temporary fix. It's not a good substitute for getting your skate sharpened. Make sure to get your skates to your trusted skate shop for the perfect cut.
In today's sports world, high-quality video and accurate data are key elements for improving team results, player development, and fan engagement. Pixelot, the world's AI automated sports production company, provides an end-to-end video and data solution for fans, players, and coaches. Pixelot systems are installed around the world and produce thousands of live matches every day with customized live graphics, ads, color commentary, and play-by-play.
Left wing feed goes.
At the end of the game, our AI generates highlight reels 100% automatically. Analysts and the coaching staff get video breakdowns and stats from VidSwap, Pixelot's video analysis platform. Each game captured is automatically broken down by sports professionals on a video editing platform for in-depth analysis.
And welcome back to the Maryville University Hockey Center as we prepare for the third period of play in a scoreless game between the Midland Warriors and your Maryville Saints. As we told you during the intermission, shots are 20-14 in favor of the Midland Warriors, but much more even in that second period of play. 10 shots for Maryville compared to 9 for Midland. And now it all comes down to who gets that final goal here in the third period. If there is a goal to be scored in the third period, obviously fans of both sides hoping that this one gets finished in regulation. Both teams do have some extra time to their credit, as Maryville has a record of 10-11-1. 10-5, 1-1 for the Midland Warriors as they have an overtime loss and a tie. Well, it's confusing as to when you have the tie, when you have the overtime loss. I believe shootout losses technically count as ties.
Right.
Rakowski chases it down along the near side, has it knocked away by Aaron. She had it swatted just past her, and now Martin in the middle, and she had it on the stick, but it went off the heel.
What an opportunity. All alone.
That's probably the best look either team got all game, and it doesn't result in a shot on goal. St. Louis will chase it down in the corner. Gets there before Richards. Tried to send it back out in front. Instead, Marcotte skates over the blue line. Two number twos battle it out.
2 and 2 makes 4, Todd.
It's good math.
It's about best I can do.
2 plus 2 is 4. Brought across the blue line by Brawley. Rimmed on around. Marcotte keeps the body along the glass. Henderson reverses over to the far side. Brawley steps up again. Plays it right up into the body of the Midland Warrior. Pops back out into the middle. Poisson puts it into the slot. Nobody there. Gerwitz sends it right back in. Oderman will go off on a change. Nab comes in on the forecheck. Stelzer tries to glove it down. Didn't know where it went as it kind of went off the cuff of her glove. Shearer sends it over here to the near side. Marcotte out-dueled again by Gerwitz.
Yeah, good pinch up by Emma Gerwitz.
Right to left. Marcotte pops it up in the air. Gerwitz brings it down. Her pass a little too far in behind Brooks. Henderson for the Warriors. Trots on around behind her own goal. Has it knocked down out of midair. Saints trying to catch up to it along the near wing. Brooks to Johnson. Poisson plays it off the end wall. Can't quite catch up to it herself. A shot from the left side is denied. Warriors able to get a piece of it. Now here comes Mass from the left side. Tap towards goal. Pad save made by Cadrain, and the fans slap their hands on the glass. 0-0 score. Pressure starting to mount for both teams. One mistake might cost them the game.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be, Todd, is both teams are playing so well that one, untimely mistake is going to be what separates this game.
Saints sent it over here to the near wing, but it went onto the stick of Colleen O'Leary. Little saucer pass out of the zone from Coney Bear, brought in by Miller. She goes to the forehand, shoots, and scores. She beat Cadrain to the glove hand side, and just like that, it is 1-0 in favor of the Warriors.
Yeah, just like I've been saying all game, Todd. Madison Miller, she can skate, she can stick handle, she can shoot, and she just showed it right there. She came from the right side, cut in the middle, and was able to beat Cadrain on the glove side. What a shot by Madison Miller, putting the Midland Warriors up 1-0.
So now the Saints find themselves behind the 8 ball as the goal comes at 3:45 of the third period.
Real important shift. I say it all the time. Women's, men's, the shift after you get scored on is very important. So we'll see how Maryville responds.
So Coach Lang will counter with a line of O'Brien, O'Leary, and St. Louis. Brawley sent it over to the far wing. Second attempt got it up the board. St. Louis pops one back into the middle. O'Leary chops it over here to the near boards, but Shearer sends it right back into her offensive end. Puck pops up into the air, taken down by Arend. She had the puck roll on her. She tried to put it over to the far boards. Now it's bouncing all over the place. Flanagan back to Shearer at the point. Wrist shot. Misses by about 2 feet. O'Brien over to the far boards. Saints clear. Right at the red line. Picked up by Oderman. She goes down to the ice for the second time in about a minute.
Players are falling all over the place from right now.
Henderson back in her own end. Pass kind of in between the skates of Grostidier. Marcotte sends it into the middle. It pops up. Martin almost got a stick to it. Marcotte sees it sitting right in behind the net. Over skates. 5 minutes played. 1-0 is your score. Marcotte kicks at it. Toole comes in, ties her up. Puck squirts loose. Toole takes a slash right across the stick. Slips past Henderson. Nab.
Good forecheck by Nab. Look at her go.
She pushes it over here to the near wall. Oderman shuffles it into the corner. Henderson scoops it up. Rolls it over to the far side. Toole comes up from the blue line. Trying to outduel Grostadier as they tie each other up along the end wall. Good suplex.
WWE is in town tomorrow, Todd.
That's true. Royal Rumble. Didn't send her over the top rope, though, so she's still alive. Loose along the side of the net, pops back out in front, fresh off the bench, slap shot, deflected by St. Louis, or no, it was Poisson, but it didn't end up on goal. Brooks was tripped up. A couple fans calling for a penalty, none to be had. Grostadier.
Oh, boy.
Takes out the defender. I believe that's Brawley. Cross ice pass, finds Marcotte, sweeps it towards goal, and Cadrain will allow a face-off as she covers it up.
So some good sustained pressure down there. Maryville's able to keep it down low. Nab started it off with the forecheck, real strong forecheck, as Henderson, the defender from Midland, was trying to make some way in her own zone. Nab was right there. So, hey, I'm going to say Maryville responded positively after they were scored on.
Puck pops over to the far wing. Poisson has it on her tape, hands it off to Brooks as they switch sides. Poisson from the circle, shoots, and it was blocked by Coney Bear.
Good block by Coney Bear. We know Poisson can shoot.
Saints keep it alive in the offensive zone, but possession is given up. Halverson skates slowly up the near wing. Weaves in and out, dishes off. Hayhurst looking for Halverson along the side of the net. That's going to spring a 2-on-2. Saints bring it in. St. Louis took the shot. It was blocked off the leg of Christensen. St. Louis had it off the elbow. Halverson swats it up to the blue line. No further. It does end up ricocheting out of the zone. Richardson tied up St. Louis along the near boards. Puck over the far wing. Rattled out. This one will go the length of the ice, but no icing. 12:40 to go here in the period. Held in along the blue line. Now here's a steal. O'Leary brings it in. She's got O'Brien in support, and the stick handling move slipped away, covered up by the goaltender.
Good speed by O'Leary coming out. She made that move, was able to get it between the legs, but we're still on the upper half of the period, so the ice is still pretty fresh. The puck just went a little too far.
She's tried that move a couple times, and each time it goes through the legs, but she just can't seem to get the stick around in time to regather. Brawley pushed it up. Anderson back in her own end. Reverses back to the near wing. Gerwitz slaps one off the glass. No icing. Henderson on her backhand. Tried to push it up the wall. Has to send it over to the far wing. Flanagan just blindly puts it out to center. Gerwitz says, I'll take that. That one barely stayed in play as it went off the wall over by the Midland bench.
Oh, what a pass.
Pass out to Rakowski. It just bounced over her stick. Otherwise, she would have had a clear lane to the net.
Yeah.
She regathers. Edge of the circle. Back to the point. Puts it into the corner. Hayhurst across. Intended that one for Thompson. Saints take it right in front of their bench. Brooks lifts the stick of Halverson.
Talk about a suplex, Todd. She was taken down.
Referee not wanting to decide things here, so we're going to have an icing call against the Saints. 11:09 left to go here in regulation. 1-0 is your score as Miller has the lone goal for Midland. That came at 3:45 of the period. Warriors win the face-off. Shot on. A little rainbow shot from Marcotte. Almost troubled Cadrain, but she was able to get a glove down and scoop it up.
Yeah, makes it look easy sometimes, and then you get down there, hit on the ice down. It's not as easy as it looks.
Only 5 seconds came off the clock. Maryville slow to close their bench. Finally they do. Sticked away by Cadrain on the long shot, probably going wide one way or the other. Halverson was spun around as O'Brien tries to tie things up. Aaron comes up with the loose puck as she scraped it off the wall. She hits the brakes. Gloved it over to the far side, gave it up, now pushed up into the offensive end. O'Brien comes in, tried to dish it to O'Leary, and a stick came in. Coney Bear, who has been all over the ice here this evening.
Yeah, she sure has.
Warriors dump it in on the correct side of the red line, so no icing. O'Leary had it go off the heel of her stick, giving up possession. Shearer is back. Marcotte up the wall. Gerwitz is able to brush that away. And this one ends up as an icing call. 10-10 to go here in the third.
Yeah, Maryville looking for the equalizer as Midland's up 1-0. 25-17 on the shots in this third period. Maryville's inching closer and closer, Todd. They've got the opportunities.
Saints only 3 shots in the period compared to 5 for Midland. It's all about who gets that next one. Here comes a shot from the point. That goes over the goal by about a foot.
Headhunter.
Good step in. It's stolen away. Good stick handling from Oderman. Stelzer comes in to help out. Grostadier crosses that center logo. Comes over onto her off wing. Peels away. Edge of the circle. Now to Shearer at the point. Stick save into the corner. Gerwitz tried to blast it up the wall. Nothing doing. Brawley telegraphs it to Gerwitz, but gets away with it. Gerwitz with a stretch pass off the skates of Poisson, and then she loses control.
Oh, that was a great pass.
Delayed offside. Poisson has to touch up. Warriors lose it in front of their own bench as Johnson got a piece of it. Rakowski drags it back. Now here's Miller. Just pushed it a little too far. Slides it past Toole. Toole comes back, makes a steal. Bounced it off the near wall. Johnson skates out. Got Poisson in the middle. Taps it off the near dashers and chases it down. Poisson will head off on a change. Johnson is by herself with 2 defenders. Now the Saints get the rest of the forward line out there. St. Louis shuffles it past the defender, but it kind of stuck right along the end wall, and the Warriors take control. Aaron taps it around the forecheck. O'Leary comes in, scoops it in. 8:10 to go here in the third. St. Louis takes it off the stick of her teammate. Warriors trying to find an outlet, still haven't cleared. The Saints are under clean control to get a shooting chance towards net. O'Leary skates onto it, is able to avoid the stick check. Puck loose along the far circle. No icing here, as they're going to say that Gerwitz, I guess, could have played that. Not sure I agree, but...
Oh, yeah.
Linesman was quick to throw up the safe sign. Brawley from the far wing, off the dashers. Looking for Oderman. Instead, here's Nab. She stick handles over to the far wing, lost control. Coney Bear had it stolen by Stelzer. And the puck trickles over here to the near boards. If the Saints could just get some
they're right
good possession.
there. Right.
You almost get the sense that Midland is more than content to just try to see this one out.
Sure.
This Toole is in a foot race. He's able to get there. Absorbs a little bit of a bump from Grostadier. Brooks comes up, tries to shuffleboard it out. Shearer sends it right back in. Another piecemeal change for the Warriors. Aaron gives it up. Miller was right there. She takes a shoulder. Now it's tied up. Puck right in between everybody's skates. Out the far side, Dashers. Here's Poisson. Now it's a 2-on-1. Poisson on the left. Brooks in the middle. Poisson's pass was blocked.
Good defense.
Shearer went down to one knee and got the stick on the ice. Potential 2-on-1 the other way. Rakowski denied. Gerwitz with a stick in front. Brooks up through the middle. Poisson crosses the red line and the blue. Here comes Poisson from the angle. Stick check made by Hayhurst. Poisson has to pick up her glove that was being held by the referee. Brooks with a little bit of a bump over on the far board.
Yeah, good D by Brooks. Now they're going to call that one icing.
Seemed like the defender had a closer chance to play that one than the one that was called against Maryville.
Right. Like you said, you never know what we're going to get.
5:43 to go here in the third. It's a slim one-goal margin for the Warriors, as they are trying to guarantee themselves a series win. Off the draw, puck comes over the blue line. O'Leary didn't know that it was rolling her way, as she was more worried about where Richards was. Scoop pass up into the neutral zone. Hayhurst plays it back. A bouncer into the St. zone. Gerwitz will come back and pick it up. Off the near side boards.
Good feed.
Here's O'Leary with players crashing the net. Shot never got through. Cody Bear cycles it around the defender. Now she picks up the loose puck. She'll carry it all the way around. 15 minutes gone here in the third. Cody Bear going to go off on a change after she skated her way around that entire zone. Martin takes it off the wall. Popped one over towards the net. Ended up wide. Marcotte steps up. On her off wing, hits the break. She tries to stuff it in short side. Save made by Cadrain. Puck loose in the crease. They jab at it. Oh, baby, it missed the near side post. Knocked down by Shearer as she rims one around. Off the skates of the official. Aaron sends it back the other way. Shearer eyes up another shot. That one missed on the far side. Oderman clears it up to the blue line, but no further, then takes one off the body. Finally jabbed out by Stelzer. Miller trying to come right back in. Aaron walls her off. Rakowski finds the loose puck, shoots glove side, and a save made.
Man, Maryville gets down in the zone. It's just like they can't quite get possession of the puck to get that shot. They're there. They're in the zone. They're forechecking well. They're missing that one element of getting that shot on. And then Midland comes back, almost squeaks another one by Cadrain.
Gerwitz trying to spring Poisson just out of her reach. Brawley picks it up in behind her own net after it was dumped in by the Warriors. Intercepted on the far side. Rakowski serves it back to the circle. Miller looking in front. And a good steal by Gerwitz as she saw it coming all the way. She gets on her horse and then bangs it off the boards and in. She's going to go in on Coney Bear. Throws her shoulder in. Johnson steps up and it's just pushed around her. Rakowski. And she had a player cutting through the middle. That was Flanagan.
Oh, that's
going
to be a shot.
Down.
That's a shot, Todd. Watch this.
I would think if it was a shot, they would have called it dead already. It's going to be something favoring the Midland Warriors one way or the other. And I believe it's just going to be a power play.
Wow. I mean, if there was ever a clear-cut breakaway for a penalty shot, I would have thought that would have been it. But they're just going to call a trip as there's 3:13 left in the period. A 2-minute power play for the Midland Warriors. So at this point, if you got the chance, you got to think that you got to try to go for a shorthanded goal here, as there's only going to be a minute 13 left in the period when the penalty expires if it gets that far. As Maggie Brawley goes to the penalty box for that trip. So Maryville put himself in an interesting spot right now, as they've been playing some good hockey here the second, third period. But you don't want to go shorthanded this late in the game.
So Coach Lang will go with a quartet of Stelzer, Toole, Poisson. She'll be looking to spring out, try to get that shorthanded goal. My mistake, it's actually Oderman. 20 doesn't look anything like 78. I don't know where I came up with that. And Maddie Johnson is the final player out there. Long shot in, misses on the blocker side. Ricochets back to Coney Bear on the blue line. She walks the line, now comes in tight. Shot blocked. Stelzer comes up with a loose puck, cannot clear. Now Stelzer made a steal, gets it over to the line, and they're going to call Stelzer for a hit there. So now that really kind of takes the shorthanded goal out of the equation, as the Saints just need to try to kill off a 5-on-3.
Yeah, Flanagan was taken into the boards as a ref calls it. So, yeah, talk about a quite interesting and unfavorable position that Maryville has put themselves in. 5-on-3 with 2:48 left in the third period. They're down 1-0. So, hey, stranger things have happened. You never know. There could be a bad bounce, a bad pass, whatever it may be. But Maryville's down 5-3 for the penalty kill.
You could tell Stelzer was disappointed in herself.
Yeah.
Because I think she put the stick out trying to brace herself, and then just that extension plus the player going down. It was a penalty, but
not intentional.
Right.
Yeah.
So long shot comes in. Miller makes it 2-0. Power play goal for the Warriors. And Miller has 2.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we said it. I said it during the beginning of the game. I said it during her first goal. Miller is a great, great player. And Rakowski's going first. I don't know if she got the tip or what. But at the end of the day, Midland's up 2-0. So they kill off, or they get rid of one of the gals that were in the penalty box. Maryville's still down 5-4, or 5-on-4 for another minute 40.
So from our vantage point, it looked like it went in pretty clean. But as you said, Rakowski was the first one through the parade. So maybe she got a little bit of a tip in on it. One way or the other, it's a 2-0 lead as Grostedier drops it off. Hayhurst continues it on. Scherer with a shot. She was actually looking for Grostedier's side of the net. 2:05 to go here in the third. Back to the point. Scherer walks the line, passes right-hand side. Marcotte gives it back. Scherer straight away. She'll take a wrister, looking for Grostedier on the deflection. Ended up wide of the net. 1:45 to go as there's a minute left in the Stelzer penalty. Warriors are 1 for 2 on the power play. Hayhurst steps up to the edge of the circle, dishes off with Grostedier. Tries to send one into the middle. Hayhurst outside the circle, goes back to Scherer at the blue line. Far side now for Marcotte. Goes to Hayhurst. Wrister blocked. Saints pick up the loose puck, and O'Leary will clear. 20 seconds left in the power play. 1:05 left in the period. Stretch pass explodes off the stick of Miller. One way or the other, she's got a 2-point night. It's coming back in front. And what a power play goal there by Kayla Flanagan, number 10 on the season for her.
A picture-perfect goal by Flanagan, Todd. She comes from the outside, breaks on the inside, and is able to beat the Maryville goaltender sprawling. So Midland Warriors have really turned it on here. You know, unfortunately for the Maryville Saints, they take 2 penalties at the end, and it has cost them the game. So
penalties are often costly. They hadn't been earlier in the contest, but this time around it just was a little too much to hold off for the Saints as Johnson throws a little bit of a shoulder in there. Sticks flying everywhere. The puck rolling on end. Put into the near side corner as it ricochets around. Rakowski steps in, puts it in behind the goal. Toole picks it up for the Saints. She'll skate it up the left. Tried to drop it for Poisson, but she wasn't across the blue line, so an interesting spot on the ice to do that. Toole sweeps it in. Brooks picks it up, pops one into the middle. Poisson couldn't glove it down. Johnson keeps it in the zone. She loses her twig as she collided, and now they're going to get a penalty on the Warriors.
So Maryville's going to have an 8.4-second power play. Let's see if they can get 3 here, Todd. Has that ever happened?
That would be...
That'd be record-breaking.
I think, yeah. If nothing else, unless Maryville puts one in, that's really just going to end up hurting their power play percentage.
Right. But I'll talk about it more in the postgame show, but those 2 penalties, Maryville doesn't take those 2 penalties at the end. It's a different hockey game, so we'll get more into it in the postgame, but 2-0, 8.4 seconds left.
So, time expires, and the third period was not kind to the Saints as they take some late penalties. Scoreboard says 2-0, but the final is 3-0. Just a bit of an update for the Midland Warrior fans. I do see Corinna Grossman still in the wheelchair over along the side, but just has an ice pack on her as of right now, so we'll wait and see whether she can give it a go tomorrow evening or not.
Yeah, hopefully she's okay as the ladies shake hands. Game number 2 of the 3-game series for this weekend. Another one tomorrow around 5 o'clock. But, yeah, I mean, it was a we said it after each intermission or during each intermission. It was a pretty even hockey game. Both teams playing real hard, 29-17 with the shots. But at the end, it just, as Midland went up 1-0, Maryville takes 2 untimely penalties under 2 minutes or right around 2 minutes left in the game. So that was ultimately the deciding factor. And once again, for the second game in a row, Midland shuts down Maryville.
So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll give you our final thoughts on this one. It's a 3-0 win for the Midland Warriors. This is Maryville Saints hockey.
Hello, America. This is a message for the brave people who want to get a degree online on top of all the other things going on in their lives. The higher education system is broken. 75% of Americans say it's easier to succeed with a degree, but only 25% think the education system is fine the way it is. Something's not right. Here at Maryville University, we've been bravely disrupting the higher education system for nearly 150 years by putting students first, not the other way around. And now we're bringing it online. We believe education is not just about earning a degree, but about pursuing and achieving your dreams. That's why we develop programs in partnership with the businesses that will employ the leaders of tomorrow. The future belongs to the brave. Let's be brave together. Be brave and learn more now at maryville.edu/online.
And welcome back to the Maryville University Hockey Center. Todd Panula alongside Chuck Kraus. You see the final there on your screen. 3 for the Midland Warriors, a goose egg for the Maryville Saints. But really, considering the way that Maryville played for, I'd say, probably 55 minutes, a 3-0 loss feels like it's a little bit more than it should have been.
Yeah, Todd, as I said, coming out of the game there, out of the broadcast, it's a 1-0 game. 3 minutes and 13 seconds left in the game. In the third period, Maryville takes the first penalty, and then right after that, they take a second one. So for 95% of that game, they're even. Maryville's right there. You know, who knows what could have happened? They could have come back, tie it at 1, but Midland did exactly what they should have done, and they were able to get some goals there at the end when they were on the power play. So some untimely penalties for Maryville. I'm sure Coach Lang's going to tell his gals that he would like to have those back, but at the end it was 3-0, and great game. I mean, really, it was fun for us. I mean, it was fun for me to come up here and call it because of the way these gals played out there.
Let's take a look at the final numbers for both of these teams. As you know, the score 3-0 in favor of the Midland Warriors. They end up out shooting Maryville 29-17. Scoring chances also favoring the Warriors 16-9. And ultimately, the block shots end up going the Warriors' way, which kind of shows how Maryville started kind of chipping away and getting themselves in that game, forcing some block shots. But ultimately, that power play line, that is the big story in this game, is those 2 late power play goals really ended up being the decider and not even allowing Maryville an opportunity to see what they could do in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, and even on Maryville, that second power play, it was strong for them, a lot stronger than their first one. Their first power play, they got 0 shots, and I think on their second one, they got 3. So, yeah, like you just said, Todd, ultimately at the end, it was that 5-on-3 that really killed the Saints, that killed the momentum that Midland was able to shut the game down in.
So for Maryville, they obviously don't want to look at this as a moral victory. It's a 3-0 loss. They fall to 10, 12, and 1. So record-wise, it's not really where they wanted to be. But effort-wise, I think they kind of sprung themselves coming out of that 6-0 loss. And depending on the result tomorrow, they've got a tough stretch coming down the last few games. They've got one more game against Midland. Then they've got Lindenwood, Liberty, 2 against Davenport, and then 1 against Grand Valley State right before the conference tournament. So even though they lose 3-0, they'll be disappointed with the score line. At least effort-wise, they came off that tough loss yesterday and came back with a good hard-fought effort.
Yeah, looking at the positives from that, I mean, like you just said, 6-0 yesterday. It was really a 1-0 game until the end. So you absolutely got to say, all right, ladies, here's what happened on Friday. Here's what happened on Saturday. You know what I mean? Or on Thursday and Friday. And then see if you can't at least take one. Or if you don't take one, you lose 1-0. You whatever it may be, they're making steps in the right direction, right? So 6-0 game yesterday, 3-0 game tonight. Really was a 1-0 game, as I just said. Positive. I mean, they played great. Yeah, probably would like to get a few more shots on goal. Their forechecking was great. They were able to start making them that first pass, as I always talk about, out of the zone. So I think it's the same thing. Just work on what you have. Don't change much up and see what you can establish and get going.
So looking forward to tomorrow. Not often do we have 3-game stretches between 2 opponents. So it's really going to kind of boil down to who has the legs for 60 minutes tomorrow. And
it's going to be a fun night and a fun event for them. And, we're going to celebrate the seniors and, go from there. The atmosphere is always really cool when we got some events up here at the Hockey Center. So hopefully that runs through the locker room for them tomorrow and they can come out victorious.
So if you're in the area, come on by the Maryville University Hockey Center. Puck will drop right around 5 o'clock, given depending on what happens beforehand. We never know what's going on with some of those other games and the pregame festivities and all that. But if you can't join us here live, make sure to join us right here on the Maryville Hockey Network. Until then, he's Chuck Kraus. For Eric, making us look good behind the scenes, I'm Todd Panula. Once again, the final, Midland defeats Maryville 3-0. Until tomorrow at 5. Have a good night, everyone.